Snow on the road.
Up at the ski chalet, it's my favorite season, reveal season. We're working our way through the ground floor, and this time I'll show you the media room, the entryway, and the mudroom.
You know what? I always try and choose things that are the color of dirt. One of the big questions is always, where do you start and where do you look for inspiration? Well, in this room, I wanted to think about what the room wanted to be. It's something that I talk a lot about. What does this room want to be? What does this space want to become? And how can it be most useful? Well, when we started, this was a bedroom. It is adjacent to the main entry. It also leads out to the hot tub.
We have some outdoor space, lots of firewood, hot tub.
So the one thing I didn't think this room wanted to be in the long run was a bedroom. And instead, we decided to make it the TV room. This is a cozy family room. This is a kid's playroom. This is a secondary living room. The next thing in terms of where do you start and where does the inspiration come from is I always think you have to look at the key features of a room. And you know, the one key feature that we couldn't do anything about, you guessed it, my friends, that giant fireplace.
If this was my house, I might actually paint it. So here's my question, what would you do? Would you work with this?
Most of you wanted to do something dramatic with the fireplace, but I opted to embrace the pink because with great drama comes a not so great cost.
I will admit that I started out thinking this room would be a completely different color palette until I recognized how very bossy the granite was. There's a lot of pink in that granite, so I opted to make this room an entirely neutral scheme, really to allow that granite to take center stage and to make sure that everything we introduced into the room wouldn't fight with it, because the one thing that's not doing is ever going away. But now this fireplace is a huge feature. Why is it a huge feature? Because we installed this incredible gas fireplace insert. And it's just a major game changer because it is cranking out the heat in this room. And this room is actually an addition to the main house. So it's always felt a little bit cold in here. This unit is from Enviro. What I love about it is how sleek, crisp, and contemporary it is.
See those lights at the bottom? See that glowing natural beauty? Now I can turn it down, or I can turn it up a little bit.
And then the next step was we had a stucco ceiling. Oh, I don't like stucco ceilings. And the easy treatment was to apply 4x8 sheets of ready-to-go material that just give it a little bit more of a country texture. You may recognize this wallpaper. Yes, this is my Ziggity wallpaper from my very own wallpaper collection.
Yep, you know you've seen it before, or as I like to say, it's so unbeatable, it's repeatable.
It just gives that little bit of neutral texture because we really didn't do much in this room. We clad the ceiling, we put wallpaper on the walls, we painted the trim, we installed a gas fireplace, and we put down new flooring. This flooring is the same flooring that is throughout the entire chalet. Here's a neat story about the rug. This is one of my very own designs, and the inspiration for the pattern of this rug came from a book of Chinese lattice work patterns. So something that was originally supposed to be rendered in wood, we reinterpreted it and had it woven in wool. And this is undyed natural wool in an oatmeal color. It combines a cut and a loop technique, so it's super soft underfoot. And it's just the ideal anchor for a family room space. We changed out the original track lighting for an inexpensive and affordable black contemporary light fixture that helps light up the room. Do you remember? I did that copper fixture. That was a bad idea.
When low light is the low light level, thanks to this awesome copper fixture that is totally not working.
Well, the fixture is awesome, but what you need in a room like this that has only one light is the light needs to go up. When you send the light up to the ceiling, it bounces off that ceiling and then comes back down. So it allows you to amplify the effect of those 5 bulbs in the light fixture. One bulb inside copper, that was not doing it. Sometimes you're wondering, can I mix and match? And my answer is Yes, you can. It's about using similar wood tones. This is the Vista cocktail table from my new collection. And this is made with white oak, and it has an oyster finish on it. It has a light stain, and this is meant to be something that is an easygoing neutral. Also, this is a piece of furniture that is supposed to work for your lifestyle. It has storage drawers, 4 of them, deep and practical. Then we've got the Annex collection, and there are side tables which are done in an ash swirl veneer, and this is a light neutral tone. You know what you're going to be seeing a lot more of as we move forward, my friends? Light natural woods. So we've got an ash veneer here, which ties to our pier chair. And this chair, you may recognize this chair. This chair has been part of my furniture collection that I've used in projects for at least 15 years. So part of what I did when I was designing my furniture collection to share with all of you was I looked at some of our tried and true favorites. What were the pieces that we put in every single project we ever did? And this chair, well, it's pretty much a favorite. It has a slight nod to deco styling, and I think it is so well suited here in leather because it is comfy, it is deep, it's practical, and it's just that kind of go anywhere chair. The silhouette sofa, this has a sort of a sculptural silhouette to it. The idea here is that when you want to kick back and lounge and be comfortable, this sofa is just going to feel like it's giving you a hug. It almost has a wing on the ends. It's borrowed a little bit from 1960s styling. It has a tapered conical leg and this sort of sweeping base design on it. So these are just a few of my new pieces. Just wanted to share that. It's so fun to see them being used, being loved. Most importantly, these pieces are all designed to encourage comfortable, stylish, everyday living at an affordable price point. That's the media room, the family room, the hangout room, the play space. It's everything to everybody in this family, and that's it. Let's go see the mudroom. Let's talk about how to make an entrance and the mudroom. So at the beginning, I came in full of big, bold ideas.
We've got an original Mexican tiled floor. Question is, do we keep it? Do we replace it?
I was gonna tear up the terracotta floor.
And 77% of you were with me on that.
Well, I'm really glad we didn't do that. So what did we do? We left the original terracotta floor. Am I glad in the end? Yes, I am. I actually really like it. I like the warmth that it gives. It is practical, it's durable, it's hard wearing, and guess what? Most importantly, my friends, this floor was free. And I think now it looks fabulous. What did I do? Well, I decided to try and make sure that everything we did decoratively around the terracotta floor would complement it and not fight with it and look great. So in this area, I feel like this whole episode is about bossy elements, things that you're starting with, things that you're not going to change, and things you have to figure out how to turn from an existing element into a dynamic feature by the time you reach the finish line. So a couple of easy breezy things we did in this entrance. We took out the bifold doors, because you know what SR does not like? Bifold doors. Never have, never will. And instead, we replaced those bifold doors with a pair of barn doors. These are country appropriate. We painted them gray, we added black hardware, easy to open. It's much easier to access and have great storage behind these doors now. You'll remember there was some debate about what the best treatment for this wall would be.
Can I have the camera for a sec?
If you put coat hooks above that, then your coat will be all cozy warm when you put it on.
In the end, because of the radiator, because of the amount of storage we have in adjacent spaces, I decided that what we really needed was a landing spot, a place where you could put down your keys or your purse or drop the mail. And Chris created a super simple console out of a few leftover timbers.
What you doing here, Chris?
Making another lovely console table out of this great barn board.
So we have 2 corner support anchor legs, and then we have 1 piece of barn board. We've topped it with a remnant piece of Caesar stone. I believe this color is called Georgian Bluffs, and it works perfectly. It has a little bit of movement in the top, not too gray, not too green, but just feels like a soft natural. And look at this. This is now a fabulous console. I've flanked a big round mirror with a pair of black and white photographs. I always think it's important that the artwork also feel connected to the space. So here we are at a ski chalet. On one side, we have a really great chairlift photo, and on the other side, we have a photograph of a summer scene. Because you know what? We do live in Canada, but guess what, guys? It's not winter all year long, and so it's important to think about different seasons and embrace different seasons, both in your decorating choices, in your design choices, and also in all of your artwork choices, because you want to make sure it works for all seasons. Behind me, I just installed some fabulous, simple, contemporary sconces, and then I decided to hang a piece of artwork below it. I know it's low, but I actually love that sight line of how the sconce sits perfectly centered above a piece of artwork below. All of the artwork in this room comes from minted.com, and we've framed it in simple, ready-to-go frames. How great is that? When it comes to the little bit of softness in these rooms, I used some runners. And these runners are 100% wool, so they will absorb any water that comes in, but they'll also dry quickly. And they have great texture, natural color. You know what? I always try and choose things that are the color of dirt, because that way, nobody's gonna notice. Let's go see the mudroom. Do you remember what this looked like? It was a tool room. I'm gonna be totally honest. My client isn't really about being a handyman. He's a lovely man. I'm just not sure he wants to be a handyman. Now, this is the welcoming spot for all the junk, for all the boots. It's where you can come in, drop your stuff, hang it up after a long day playing outside, and it will gobble up everything. That's what I love about a mudroom. And this one was all about simple, super duper easy ideas that would be dramatic in the big spectrum. So what did we do? Well, first and foremost, we clad the walls with barn board. Some of it we got from a local contractor friend, and then when we ran out, you know what we did? We went online and we found the rest of it through Kijiji. How easy is that? So if you're thinking about where can I find barn board for sale in my area, Google it, my friends. Get on those Googles and find yourself the materials you need. It wasn't expensive. So we installed it vertically on one wall. We installed it horizontally on another wall. We used smaller pieces to clad the existing electrical box.
And now we show the door open thanks to my lovely Vanna White.
Okay, that was me walking through an after shot with before hair and indoor slippers. You don't get that on TV. That's just for YouTube. It's what really happens in my design life.
And to really take this across the finish line, we even trimmed out the window. It's those little details. It's taking that decorative material all the way to the finish line that will make the difference. We changed the door in this room so that it matches the same barn style door we put on the closet in the entryway. We used rugged, rustic, cast steel hooks that have a real kind of barn flavor. And then we created this bench using available in-stock lumber from our local lumber yard. And then we just stained it in a nice rich gray so that the color of the new wood elements matches the color of the barn board. We treated the entire room to the same color of gray. Walls, trim, ceilings, original beams, you name it. We sprayed this entire mudroom plus the entry all in the same neutral mid-tone gray. Part of the reason for that is that by calming down the overall color and making it a more of a mid-tone neutral, it'll also amp up the durability factor because this is a huge circulation zone. People are coming and going, and it's bags and sports equipment and things are going to get bashed into. So this is not the zone for pure, bright, fresh white, my friends. This is the place to make it feel country, modern, appropriate. That was the goal.
We've also created a shelf up above with just one more piece of lumber, and I want you to think about how inexpensive it really is. When you buy solid, thick lumber, you just need one piece. No additional supports. We drilled it right into the existing beams, nothing fancy here. So it's as much as one piece of wood to create this great, super useful shelf. On top of the shelf, we've got felt bins. And what I love about these is they are soft, they don't snag. It's easy for each member of the family to have their own bin, and they can just toss their stuff into it. So that's it. We've got baskets on the far side where we had some existing open shelves. We've got lots of room to tuck shoes and boots underneath the bench. We've got rugged, rustic, natural. This is it, my friends. This is the Country Chalet. You've seen the entrance, you've seen the mudroom, you've seen the family TV media room. So that's it for this episode. You'll have to tune in again.